Hello, Courtney. We're back on the air.
Whoop, whoop. It's Monday. How you doing, Stan?
Well, I was doing pretty good until about 1 o'clock today when I got some news. The man who mentored me when I was just 19 years old for between then and now, he was my mentor for life. He passed away today at the age of 93.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Well, it's a tragedy for sure. And I think it's a wonderful thing that he was so vibrant and so on top of it until just recently when he went downhill kind of fast. He didn't have to suffer through dementia or Alzheimer's or anything like that. He was very cogent all the way up until very nearly the end.
That's such a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely is. He's a man who took me under his wing when I was just 19 years old and taught me everything I needed to know about being an entertainer, but at the same time taught me everything I needed to know about life and how to be successful as a human and to love life. And I'll say this, his name is Lowell Lytle, and he was the president and chairman of the board of, or whatever, the founder of Young American Showcase, which survived from about 1970 to about 1990. Lowell was an entertainer. He had put together a great program of, he was a magician and a ventriloquist and a comedian, very funny. And he did that in high schools for assembly programs. He would do, he'd do his entertainment, and he would do a motivational message. And eventually he would start having nighttime programs at the schools for which the students would pay like $1 or something to come and see. And during that program, he would share the fact that he was a born-again Christian. And it was very subtle underground type of ministry because that was it. There was no altar call or anything like that, to get people to come down front and accept Jesus Christ. It's just, by the way, I'm a Christian. And I thought I wanted you all to know that. Lowell, I don't think ever met anybody who also was not introduced to Jesus Christ, because he came from the Billy Graham concept of you really just need to tell them. They need to know.
Yes.
They need to have the opportunity to know about Jesus Christ, and that's your job as a Christian. So he took that to heart, and he did that his entire life.
But he also walked the walk, and he led other young men down that path also, right, of morals and ethics and how to live and love.
Very much so. Very, very much so. When I got into Young American Showcase in 1977, he was doubtful that I was going to be a good influence on others.
You had long hair. It had to be.
Oh, we all had long hair. It was rock and roll bands. We put rock and roll bands together. We had long hair, fancy clothes, all kinds of stuff. And we played just the popular music of the day, whatever it was, unless it was something so nasty that we couldn't do it,
Right.
We never really did much AC/DC, I'll put it that way. But I ended up doing that from 1977, the fall of 77 till the beginning of 1990.
Incredible.
No one worked longer for Young American Showcase than I did, except for Lowell Lytle, who was the president. And we just all became family. Right. When my wife joined the picture in 1980, we got married and we went on the road together. We did tours together. I had become a director. I was going to all the different groups. Well, at one point, we had 9 different bands on the road, and I would go from band to band to band and improve the show, work on the show. Typically meant I had to fire somebody, and then they would send me somebody new to put in the show, and I have to work somebody new who had never done it before. I'd have to work them into the show. So meantime, I would have to get up and be in the show myself, so that we didn't have the bad influence guy around anymore. And that frequently meant that I spent a lot of time still performing and entertaining. I could do the lead singer thing, or I could do a drummer thing. I even ended up playing bass guitar a bit. I was never much of a guitar player. I never got really good at keyboards, but I could do the lead. And it just so happened the people we fired the most were lead singers and drummers.
What? They have such egos. Such egos, guys.
I'm not sure if it's egos or if it's just a tremendous lack of a grip on reality of how things really are. It's kind of tough to have a really big ego at the age of 18 or 19 when you really haven't gone anywhere. You haven't been around the block yet.
I know. Well, that's why they're the worst. When you're 18, 19, you know everything. Can't nobody tell you nothing. I am an adult now. Don't tell me.
People would have said that about me, but it wasn't true at all. I very much wanted to learn and be mentored and be in a good place. My mother was a saint. My father, not so much. But I hungered for strong male mentorship, and I got it through Lowell Lytle and other people who were in Young American Showcase. To this day, the talent coordinator, Lance Hebert, is still one of my greatest friends. He lives in Las Vegas now. His daughter, Mindy Hebert, is a very famous saxophone player who tours with her own band, Mindy Hebert and the Bone Shakers.
All right.
And really, 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 really excellent stuff. But anyway, I don't want to get too far off track. Lowell Lytle passed away today, just before 1 p.m. And we have our own showcase Facebook group called Showcase Veterans. There is a book out about Young American Showcase. It's called God's Rock and Roll Army. There's also an audio book for which I wrote a chapter, but I also had to do the audio for like 3 different chapters because the people weren't available to do it. It's really something else. There's also a documentary film being put together about Young American Showcase and Lowell Lytle.
Incredible.
There's stuff on YouTube right now. There's one just called The Lowell Lytle Story that I put together because I was a career video guy for after Young American Showcase. That it's very interesting. Lowell Lytle, Lytle. I suggest people look it up and go on YouTube and look up Lowell Lytle, Lowell, Lytle, Lytle. A fabulous.
It sounds like he was
person.
Incredibly influential in a positive way.
There's no doubt about that.
What a legacy to leave behind.
Yeah. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So what else we got going on today?
What else do we have going on today? What about the 4 states here in America that are going to roll out some vaccines? Vaccines for this. I sent you a link on it. Marburg virus.
Oh, are you talking about the video we watched earlier?
No. This is it all ties in together. They're starting to come out with, the big guy, BG, from the World Health Organization. They're starting to come out with so much information about what a bad character he is.
Well, the only thing I saw in the last couple of days was the fact that I think it was Pfizer put out a list of all the side effects from the mRNA vaccines, and there's about 100 of them.
Oh, it's terrible.
There's about 100 of those side effects on the list, and some are very serious, of course, including myocarditis, blood clots, lethal, extremely lethal. Yeah, just very, very, very bad stuff. I did get vaccinated because of my job, because of the pressure from my job, and my wife very much wanted me to get vaccinated. I did the 1-dose J&J, and I got my shoulder, my left shoulder, my whole left arm hurt for about 6 months after that.
Wow.
And it finally got better, but I've had COVID probably 6 times.
Yeah. I think we all have.
And it usually puts me down for about 2 or 3 days. The last time I had it was the only time that I lost my taste, but it came back within about 3 weeks.
The worst I remember was my joints hurt for like 3 days. I felt like they were going to explode. Just there was so much pressure inside my elbows and my knees and my hips and my ankles. Just, wow. If they could have done that, it would have felt better.
The first time I had COVID was the worst. It felt very much like the flu. But at 3 days, I was up and at 'em again.
Yeah, I think I had it before it became the official thing. There was a whole group of us that were all sick with flu-like symptoms. But, we just went to work and kept doing what we had to do every day. We're all together anyway. We might as well all be here still working.
Well, as we know now, all the 6-foot isolation and staying home and all that was all bullcrap.
Right.
Absolutely bullcrap.
And we're starting to see in the mainstream media how, well, this person did that, and why are we not charging them and putting them in jail?
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that. That's for sure.
A lot of that, from everything from judges hiding illegals to...
There are a lot of patriots out there who are very upset right now that there haven't been any arrests yet, but people like Victor David Hansen, if you know who he is. I love him. You would love him too. He's on a lot of people's shows and podcasts and such. Victor David Hansen, I strongly suggest you look him up. He is the most magnificent voice of reason among Americans today. He's really, really good. And he's very laid back, and he's very just matter of fact and common sense and just wonderful. Absolutely great. He said people like him and others who are not the Pam Bondis and not the Cash Patels, but people are in that arena are saying, just be patient. It's all going to happen. It's all going to happen. And we hope that it does. I hope that it does. I hope that there's some accountability soon, very soon.
Well, the whole thing's going to tumble when it happens. It's in every reach of our society.
Well, we'll see. Been waiting for years, for many, many years, for there to be any accountability. And there has been none.
How do you crumble it'll collapse the entire system. I mean, we've got Hollywood stars, politicians, police officers, teachers, agencies that are government agencies, NGOs.
City councils.
They're all involved in this, and it's a network. So, I get why it's so hard. But you just go ahead and start taking down the ones we do know.
Well, we'll see what happens. We're still waiting. Yeah, but we're being told to be patient, that it's all coming. It's all happening. And we'll see.
It'll be incredible. We wonder where all these missing children go.
Yeah. Speaking of missing children and waiting for things to happen, I had made you started a new Facebook group called Let's Talk About It.
Yeah, just talk about things.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's awesome. So I took right to it.
I wanted everybody to have the option to post anonymously, and I don't care who you are. I will protect your anonymity, because sources, you never give up your sources, guys.
Right. I'm scrolling through it right now, and
we've lost honor and integrity. We don't even realize the value of honor anymore. People, that's one of my problems is, I'm over here going, well, these are all my sins. I've done these things. So what are you going to throw at me now?
Yeah.
And that's offensive to people. They don't seem to understand that, because we've lost the value of honesty and integrity. Well,
I'm not finding my other post, but I like to go through this one real quick. I'm just going to put it up on a different screen so I can read it better, so the audience is who's watching can see it better as well.
Is this the one where we had that incident over the river? Yeah,
this is about the helicopter that collided with the airplane over the Potomac River in Washington, D.C.
Yep.
And a very large article came out from the New York Times Sunday afternoon.
Oh, wow.
Which is not a great time to put out an article.
No, that's when you put them out, because you don't want anybody to read it.
It was a very long article. And right at the very bottom, right at the very end of it, they basically laid out why this happened. We know that it was a female pilot who was flying that Black Hawk helicopter, Army helicopter, with her flight instructor, who was also her superior. And
was it a woman?
No.
Okay.
The flight instructor was not also a woman.
Okay.
And what we know for sure now is that she was flying too high. She was ordered to drop back down to 200 feet. She didn't do it. 15 seconds before the impact, the flight instructor ordered her to make a hard left and avoid the collision. She didn't do it. She intentionally flew that helicopter into that aircraft. There were 65 souls aboard that aircraft, and they all died. Of course, she died, and the instructor died.
So do helicopters work the way that driver's ed cars work, and you can take over my brakes and steering wheel at any time if you're the instructor and I'm your subordinate? I don't know.
I have no idea. I would assume that a Black Hawk helicopter would have dual control.
I would, yeah.
Yeah, but for whatever reason,
because a quick elbow to the face. I mean, but what a...
Well,
I almost said the B word.
For me, if she had not made the correction within 5 seconds of me ordering her to do it,
elbow to the face.
I would put a bullet through her head.
Let's start with the elbow, and then if she fights in, you take her in the temple. Okay?
Not enough time. Not enough time.
Play the fighting shirt.
Anyway, so it appears we do know that she's a Democrat. We know that she had attended that big Medal of Honor ceremony that Biden had shortly before he left office, where he was putting the medals of honor on people. And there's the civilian one. What's that called? I can't remember what that's called. But and she was there assisting with the ceremony and all that. So she was obviously on the team, on the Biden Democrat team.
Was she off her meds that day?
I couldn't tell you, but I can tell you that the day that she collided with that aircraft was one day after Donald Trump had been sworn into office.
And we've seen these people losing their minds all over the place.
Especially on TikTok. We have seen, right after the election, all the way up until the swearing in, we saw so many women and men on TikTok posting videos being hysterical, showing extreme emotional distress and mental instability.
Anguish. I mean, incredible. To be quite honest, you know, when I spoke last week about the anger in my soul, I feel like that inside about the state of the world today a little bit, but you can't go around acting like that.
No, of course not. You can't treat other people disrespectfully.
No, you cry in the shower when you're by yourself. Turn the music up a little loud so nobody hears your sobs and just go on with your day. Well, in the old days, we used to call that showing your ass. Yeah. When you did that in public, you know. No, I'm guilty of doing that occasionally.
Yeah, but these people, for the most part, are Gen Zers. I have seen that a lot of Gen Z men are very much on the common sense side.
It's because of all the soy.
But most of the women are not. They're still very much on the hysterical side. The woke side.
Do you know what they used to do back in the day for women that were guilty of hysteria?
I know that hysteria comes from history. It's a female thing. It's do tell.
Because used to men, I guess maybe were inadequate or women were prudes or however you want to call that. But the men would take their little women down to the doctor because they're hysterical. And so the doctor would perform manual ministrations to a female's anatomy to make her have an orgasm. And suddenly women everywhere had hysteria and had to go to the doctor all the time. That's actually how the vibrator was invented. Just a little random bit of knowledge because the doctors were overworked from hysterical women.
I love that story.
Listen, some of y'all doctors need to get back on board. You'll have crazy women everywhere.
Wow. My goodness.
I know, just a little random humor. Yeah.
What was my other story? I'm trying to remember it here, but I
had something to do with the vaccines, right?
Oh, this lady.
Oh, this one.
This lady here. This was. I just used her first name. It's Virginia. I think it's pronounced Geffrey, like Jeffrey, but it's with a G. It's Geffrey.
Yeah, something.
She was unalived this last week.
That's right.
She has been, I'll just read it off. Virginia was trafficked by the Epstein organization for 10 years and became one of his most prolific accusers. She has previously stated for the press that she would never commit suicide.
Adamant about it. Very open.
Oh, yeah.
Very open.
Well, she's now dead of what they're calling a suicide.
Yeah.
And if you are inclined to believe this, I have 500 acres of prime New Jersey swampland for sale if you are interested.
Well, when the big one hits, it might be swampland.
And this is what she had written on Facebook. I am making it publicly known that in no way, shape, or form am I suicidal. I have made this known to my therapist and GP. If something happens to me, for the sake of my family, do not let this go away. And help me to protect them. Too many evil people want to see me quieted.
Yeah. And they accomplished that.
Well,
I mean, I make the same statement openly because I piss people off all the time.
It would seem that she, Now, she was someone who was photographed with Prince Andrew.
Right.
And she was with the Epstein organization
she could
for 10
crumble
years.
It from the inside.
10 years. She was trafficked to celebrities and billionaires. Yeah. On Epstein Island. Yeah. So, she became one of Epstein's most prolific accusers. And she's now dead because of it.
Yeah. Accountability. But once it starts, it's going to crumple the whole system will fall.
There is a cabal of godless people who have wangled their positions to be in charge of lots of stuff worldwide.
Yeah.
And because they are godless, they have no morals and they have no compunction whatsoever about killing you.
Everyone.
If you threaten to expose them for who they really are.
Oh, that little girl that P. Diddy had adopted. Mm-hmm. What's her name? The little young lady?
I don't know.
I've been listening to some interviews that she's given, and it is absolutely heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
The things that this little girl has seen. And I hope she's being protected and hidden right now. I hope she is. But
yeah,
and it's nothing to them. It's nothing.
No, because they believe that when their life ends, life is over, that there's nothing after that.
Or that they can put chips in their brain and keep going eternally, or
we don't have that technology yet.
Drink enough blood and adrenochrome and go cryogenically freeze yourself.
Yeah. You know, the word on the street was, I better not say this because YouTube will take me off, so I can't say that. But there was Anthony Weiner, that his laptop had a folder on it called Insurance, and there was a video inside that folder that involved, let's just say, an ex-first lady and her assistant doing something so absolutely horrendous that it makes people sick when they see it. And you said a key word there that reminded me of that. But you're talking about people again who have no morals. They have no limits.
Are they human or are they reptilian?
They'll stop at nothing.
Are they our reptilian overlords?
Well, that remains to be seen, but
that's part of disclosure that we may never know.
Again, you're right about that. There are many, many things that we would like to know about that we will probably not know, at least within our lifetime.
As a society, as humanity, we used to know. We used to be connected. Do you know, I overheard, one of my friends did a little research, and we have body parts that are for certain things that they now call them irrelevant, like your appendix. Mm-hmm. Your appendix is for processing tree bark, roots.
Well, it also clears out poisons, toxins, doesn't it?
No, it's useless according to today's standards. That's why it goes toxic and they have to pull it out, right? Your gallbladder. Your gallbladder shoots the bile, your liver.
Yeah.
It filters things.
Right.
But no, apparently your little appendix is to help digest roots and bark and, all the things that we don't ingest anymore because we've been told they were bad for us.
I recently learned that if you are shot or stabbed in the liver, that you will not survive. That you will die for sure.
Interesting.
You ever heard of that?
No, because
Yeah.
I think you can cut off a piece of your liver and it will regrow itself.
I guess it depends on the severity of which you're damaged.
If you got fatty liver, you're screwed anyway.
I wouldn't know about that. I know nothing about my own liver. So,
Oh, but you shouldn't do liver cleanses. You know, too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
Well, anyway. So we've got our share of conspiracies and conspiracy theories.
Question everything.
Yeah. 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 How about the two judges that were arrested last week? Oh. Do you know the situations, both of them?
Yes, they were both harboring illegals.
Well, yes and no. The one judge had a member of Tren de Agua, I believe, living in his house.
In his house, yeah.
Yeah, and this guy, they found pictures on his phone of decapitated humans.
Yep. All kinds of bad
But think about this. This man had taken those pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were not sent to him.
No. And he's just chilling in a house.
He had taken those pictures. So that judge got arrested. And the other one.
And his wife too, right?
I don't know about that. The other one was a female judge who showed an illegal immigrant. I'm not sure, but I think he was MS-13. Showed him and his attorney a side door that they could escape through and not be arrested by ICE.
He must have been a real hottie.
At her courtroom, out of her courtroom, said, "Just go out the back door," and that's obstructing justice.
What the heck was the motivation?
Well, I don't know. Judges take oaths, and oaths don't apparently mean much.
No, we go back to honor. People are actually encouraged to lie. They're taught to lie. People get rewarded for telling the best lies.
No kidding. Oh, yeah.
Oh, and our programming, I was being told the other day about a television program where there's a child of a famous person that no one knows, and they go on this show and everybody lies and tries to get everybody to pick them, or if you don't pick the right person, you get kicked off, and if you pick the right person, they get kicked off. It's all about rewarding the best liar. That's a part of the breakdown of society too. You know what I mean?
No, I have not heard of that one.
Yeah, I don't.
Is that a game show?
It's like one of those reality shows.
Okay, and it's all about lying.
It's all about lying.
Who's the best liar?
Who is the best liar?
Yeah. Well, that's sick and wrong.
It really is. But like I said, it's a reward in this world to be able to be the best liar.
Well, the people who are in charge of media and programs, and to a large extent, the films that we see, many of them are these godless, anti-moral people that don't really care what they're putting out there and its effect on humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that probably television, the whole idea behind television was great in the beginning, but it's been perverted and twisted to where now it's a social programming tool to get people to believe whatever the agenda is.
You say social programming tool, I say socialist programming tool.
Oh, there we go.
Because the whole idea is to break society down to the point where it can be subjugated.
Yep.
And under subjugation, that's when communism comes in. And no form of communism has ever worked for any society, for any country, for any nation anywhere.
And we have such a lack of awareness about that. That's part of the breakdown. Family units. Why do we encourage fighting amongst our own family members? We may not agree, but
people don't want to believe it, Courtney. They don't want to believe it. Just like UFOs, they don't want to believe that UFOs are real, and they will ridicule you and shut you down because they don't believe it. How ridiculous is it that there could be life in the universe other than our own? That's just ridiculous. Forget about it. There's no evidence of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's just one thing. But it's the same thing. They don't want to believe that there's a secret cabal out there running all the governments of the world pretty much, except for maybe the United States at this time and Argentina at this time. But I'm just seeing the utter destruction of places like the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom, for goodness sakes, what do we want to talk about there?
Oh my gosh, do you know what they came out and said? They have openly.
Yeah, okay. I do. I want you to say it.
Okay, guys, all you chemtrail conspiracy theorists, all you crazy folks that say this, they're really allowing it. Aerosol spraying in the atmosphere to reflect the sun because Bill Gates thinks it's a great idea.
Yeah, they call it solar dimming.
Yeah.
Solar dimming. Mm-hmm. And what are these chemicals that they use to do this?
Oh, there's graphene oxide. There's aluminum.
Aluminum.
Do you know what aluminum does to plants?
And humans?
What are you going to eat? What are we going to eat when you've coated the Monsanto plants that have been genetically altered to withstand aluminum barrage?
Well, they can expect going forward, they can expect lots of exfoliation. Mm-hmm. They can also expect probably early onset dementia and Alzheimer's.
Yeah. You guys know the crackheads down on the corner that you make fun of at the corner store because they're all like,
yeah.
A lot of them smoke out of aluminum cans. So equate that with being sprayed with aluminum on the regular. And we all going to be walking around looking like tweakers.
Well, sure. If you're using an aluminum can to fire up your crack, that aluminum's going to be aerosolized from the heat, and you're going to be ingesting it. You're going to be ingesting aluminum.
That's what we're doing now when it's being sprayed on us.
Well, not all of us, right?
Oh, no, because I guess your air conditioner filters it out.
Well, what about the states that have now shut it down?
It's disappointing to me that North Carolina shoved this little bill off over to the Rules Committee, and I'm ignorant again of politics and how that really works, but it's gone to die. Other states, Tennessee shut it down, but I've been in Tennessee and watched it still be there.
Well, this is the thing to me about the UK doing this and approving it, and the UK has just lost its freaking mind.
But it's been happening for
but because
everywhere
because of immigration and just letting everybody in, the Muslims decided that the UK was the place to go, and so they now have been there for so long and they're taking over all these local jurisdictions. These governments are taking over half the cities in Europe or in the UK now have Muslim governors or Muslim mayors, and they're wanting to institute Sharia law in their towns, and they're putting people in jail for praying in public. They're putting people in jail for saying things on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram and X.
And that's coming here. New York has already instituted that. Have we talked about that before?
Well, it won't stand. I mean, because it goes against the federal government.
Well, the mayor has cracked down of New York and said that a lot of anti-Semitism.
You talking about Adams? The one the Democrats were coming after just a few short months ago. Yeah, he's been seriously red-pilled, by the way. Eric Adams, I believe is his name.
I have no idea his name. I just read about it and was like, oh, that's hokey. That's bad.
Well, we shall see. We'll see. We'll see.
Using social media comments to target people to go talk to about their hate speech.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I don't know. But just the fact that the UK is now saying, we're going to spray your air with chemicals. There's something so diabolically wrong about that.
And they're in collusion with the very people that Africa and parts of America are starting to say, hey, these guys are bad guys. We need to take them out of these positions. Hey, this is bad.
Do you have any news about our local representative, our state representative?
The last thing I had gotten from his assistant was that hopefully he would be back this week. He puts out a newsletter every Friday.
And his name is?
Mike.
Mike?
Mike.
His name is Mike?
His name is Mike.
Mike what?
Clampett.
Mike Clampett.
Yes.
Wow. One of the Clampetts.
Yes.
Like Jed and Jethro and Ellie Mae.
Oh, my.
But there was also Bob Clampett. Bob Clampett is a very, very famous cartoonist and illustrator and animator.
Nice.
Yes, and he made Beanie and Cecil. Bob Clampett. Remember Beanie and Cecil?
No clue.
Oh, that's probably, that would have been before your time. But we used to watch Beanie and Cecil every Sunday morning.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. Beanie was a little boy, and Cecil was a sea serpent.
Oh, I like it.
And look it up on YouTube, Beanie and Cecil.
I will.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
That sounds great. I used to watch the Dukes of Hazzard every Saturday morning.
Saturday morning? Oh, the cartoon show.
No, it was like the show. It came on Saturday mornings with cartoons, after cartoons, Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, so these were reruns. You're not talking about the original season of Dukes of Hazzard?
I don't know. I was in the 80s.
Well, you were born in, 81?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So you were, the original Dukes of Hazzard was it set in the 70s?
I don't know. I just knew that, you know what? I'm going to drive like Bo and dress like Daisy. So here we are.
Yeah. We got anything coming up this week?
Are the protesters going to be there tomorrow?
I don't know. I'll go find out.
You come find out. Bring your camera.
I always do. It's my phone.
I think I'm going to dress up and join them.
Yeah, I could dress up too.
No geoengineering.
I have a beautiful American flag shirt and a cowboy hat with red, white, and blue around it.
Only if you wear Daisy Dukes and cowboy boots.
That would be sweet.
We fit right in.
Yeah. Did we talk about Lance Creek and the spring thing? And the bands and all that? We covered that in the last episode, didn't we? Mm-hmm. That was fun. Unfortunately, it was the same day as the spring fling at the NOC, the Nantahala Outdoor Center. So we missed that one this year. What did you do?
I did Thursday night go to the Chamber of Commerce dinner banquet. That was the most wonderful little event. I had a great time.
Why?
It was just full of pleasantries and great folks having a good time, good food.
Chamber of Commerce.
Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, I love Chamber of Commerce.
They do a lot of great little things. I know. I'm really proud of Ricky and what he's done with the community theater down there. He's got good plans and he's going to help out the chamber now.
I would love to support that.
Yeah. Just volunteer. This is me being an ambassador for the Chamber of Commerce.
For the theater.
And for the theater. Oh, yeah. I can't wait till he gets his little vision completed.
I would love to support the theater is what I was talking about.
Oh, yeah. You should check it out. And you should have him on your show.
The theater guy? What's his name?
Ricky Sanford.
He probably doesn't even know about our little podcast.
We're going to invite him.
Well,
Ricky,
please do.
We are such good friends now. I'm going to invite you up here for an interview.
Please do.
Yes, absolutely.
Please do. That would be great. I'd love to have him on the show.
It'd be good.
It'd be wonderful. I love acting. I love being a part of the whole thing. And I would love to be part of one of those productions, whether it's from a technical aspect or a performing aspect. I would love to be part of that.
Good. Very good. Yes, that's a huge thing going on. And I've not been really aware of it. So I want to start working on more positive things instead of just being controversial. So congenial, Courtney says. Check out Smoky Mountain Community Theater.
Well, this podcast is a great outlet for you because you get to be sort of creative here. And yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm glad to have you as part of it.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you for being part of our community, too, for choosing this as your home.
Well, we chose it. I think I chose this when I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
The first time I ever came here.
There's something here that you just can't give it up long term. It's got to be part of the...
Call me strange and weird, but I never liked the beach. And I grew up in Beach Central, St. Petersburg, Florida. Mm-hmm. And that whole culture never appealed to me other than some of the bars on the beach are pretty cool.
Right. Well, I like it for about 10 days. If I can get 10 days of the beach a year, I'm good.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's more than a plenty.
Yeah. Well, do we have anything else we want to discuss today?
Share.
Listen, I heard that Tommy's Paradise opened back up.
No way, get out.
Yes. Do you know about this?
I did not know about this. I know the place.
Well, when he closed it down last season, before the cold weather came, he went to Thailand. He has another home in Thailand. Mm-hmm. And the name of you have to be very careful about the way you pronounce the name of the city. It's Phuket.
Fuck it.
It's don't say that because I have to bleep you out if you say that. It's Phuket. He has another home in Phuket, and he said he was going back there full time, and he was going to live there full time, and that he wasn't coming back, and he closed up Tommy's Paradise. He's back.
Yay. I don't know. If I had property in a place like that, I'd probably be like,
Peace out.
I'll see you when I see you.
Well, Thailand's a very interesting place. I know a lot of Americans go there to live.
They have elephants.
Well, sure.
Oh my God.
Speaking of elephants, you see that the company that brought back the dire wolf is also bringing back the woolly mammoth.
Have you seen their woolly mice? Have you seen them? The little pictures of the mice with long flowy hair. I mean, come on. Mice are cute. You got to kill them.
Talking about mice?
Mice, M-I-C-E.
Oh,
you can't. They're adorable. And if you want to have them for pets, fine. If you have them,
furry, are you talking about like long hair mice?
Yes.
No, I haven't seen those.
You got to Google this, okay?
So,
they have little furry mice that look like woolly mammoth mice.
Well, you checked out that whole dire wolf thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same company.
These are the white wolves like they had on Game of Thrones. But
yeah,
they were extinct for like 15,000 years or something, like 10,000 years ago. Mm-hmm. And this company was able to bring them back.
But did they really? Or did they just turn some gray wolves into some bigger white wolf?
Well, they got the DNA.
Well, yeah, but they only tweaked like 3 genomes.
Well, whatever it is, these things are alive and they're happening.
They're a new breed of wolf.
And they're doing the same thing with the woolly mammoth. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know,
they've already done it. It's
going to be Jurassic Park all over again.
They're already there. They've got them in the Arctic Circle up above Russia.
I don't know about that.
My guesstimation, yeah.
I don't know anything about woolly mammoths.
They're already there.
I know what they look like.
They had those guys for 1.5 years before they told anybody, actually, or longer.
Is that right?
I mean, they're showing us pictures of full-grown dogs, wolves, whatever. I mean, they're 1.5 years, 2 years old.
Yeah.
Did you know about it 2 years ago?
No.
They just created them, right?
Well, but that's typical. You want to keep that stuff under wraps until you know you've done it
They've already got woolly mammoths.
Okay.
They've got them. They're hiding them in Russia.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Nobody knows, but the shadow knows.
I don't know about that. The shadow do.
The shadow do know. These are all just my crazy hypotheses.
Oh, man. I'm trying to think of anything new. I learned anything new this week other than the helicopter pilot who killed all those people in the airliner, and the Epstein victim who got horribly unalived. But those are just things I learned this last couple of days. Oh, and of course the UK thing was spraying the air. That's sick and wrong. But just to wrap up, we got to keep our eyes and ears on the world because there's a lot of weird stuff happening. Think about that in UK, just to go back to it for a second. They said, we're going to spray the air. Well, guess what? You don't have a lease on that air. That air's going to move over here. It's going to move over here. It's going to move over the ocean. It's going to move over Eastern Europe. It's going to be not good.
No, it's already not good. Now it's bad because they're saying we're doing this. You've known we're doing it.
They're way out in the open about it.
But we're going to do it, and you can't stop us.
That's crazy. The world has lost its mind. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Reset.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's not good. We got so much going on with everything from Trump derangement syndrome to of course, all the stuff that RFK is going through and trying to ban all these food ingredients that are banned in other countries and they should have been banned here decades ago. But for some reason, they're not. It's crazy.
Because they keep us as consumers to keep us imprisoned economically.
Oh, I did see a new post yesterday from a doctor, an MD, who had cancer, had tumors, and did ivermectin and fenbendazole for 6 months, and his tumor shrank from 400 millimeters down to 200 millimeters, and it's still there, but it's dead. And he said they can find no trace of cancer in his body now.
Yeah. Good stuff. Very good stuff.
I keep hearing stories. I keep hearing stories like that. Ivermectin and fenbendazole, that the two together will kill anything in your body that's not supposed to be in your body.
I need to do that because I'm constantly worried about worms and internal parasites.
Well, the ivermectin will take those out.
Yeah, I'm going to have to just do it.
Just go down to Tractor Supply and pick some up. And they tell you how much you need to take a day. It's something like 100 milligrams or something like that. I'm not positive. Don't quote me on that.
Just start putting it into my smoothie every morning.
Well, it's a paste.
Yeah, put it in the blender, or so is a banana.
Well, in a blender, it might dissolve well in a blender. But Maybe. I've seen people just taking it right out of a tube and eating it, and not saying that it tasted bad or it was hard to take or anything like that. So, and people like to say, eat that horse dewormer. Well, that's fine, but it's also a Nobel Prize winning medication that was invented for humans. And it just so happens that it just so happens that it does wonderful things for animals too. I mean, we're animals. Let's be honest.
Yes.
True
story.
Yep. All right. Well, what do you think? We take it home?
We should ask all of our viewers to like, subscribe, share, get the word out about us.
I'm so glad you said something about that, because I typically do, but I have some news.
Oh, what do we got?
Well, I found out I've been doing it wrong.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I've been doing it all wrong, and that changed starting today.
Okay, good.
I had this YouTube channel for 19 years, and I just started putting The Stan Show up on that channel, and I changed the name of the channel to The Stan Show, but there were still 19 years of videos before that. So it turns out YouTube hates that.
Oh.
Yeah, they hate that.
Okay.
If you're going to start a new thing, start a new channel.
Okay.
So I changed the name of my channel back to my name, Stan Arthur. And I haven't deleted anything from it yet, because I started the other channels today. Here's another concept. Do not ever mix shorts with full-length videos. The shorts are the vertical ones, like the TikToks, right? Mm-hmm. Don't ever mix those. YouTube doesn't like that. So I created 2 new channels. I created The Stan Show, and I created The Stan Show Shorts. And as I mentioned in my last podcast with you, I had started a new channel called Horror and Sci-Fi Fun Facts.
Yeah.
Well, I started putting up full horizontal videos along with the vertical ones, and my views started going like that. I'm like, what the heck? I got more videos. I'm getting less views. Well, I learned last night from a very, very informative video, YouTube doesn't like that. So I took those horizontal videos down, and I started a new, I changed the name of the channel to Horror and Sci-Fi Fun Facts Shorts, because they're all going to be shorts, except for when they run too long. Then I make a truncated version for the short, and I want to put the full version up as a horizontal video. So I started another one just called the Horror and Sci-Fi Fun Facts that I will put only the horizontal videos on. So now I have 5 YouTube channels.
Oh, incredible. Wow.
Yeah. So I'm glad you mentioned that. But subscribers aren't the thing anymore in regard to YouTube success. You do still have to have 500 subscribers to get monetized. But I'm not really concerned about being monetized. I'm not really horribly concerned about it. YouTube does give away $64 million a day to content creators. It's crazy. And when we had the little video that went viral, it wasn't really because of The Stan Show. It was just because I went down and interviewed those cockamamie protesters. And we related that to the show, but it actually wasn't part of the show. So the show isn't the reason why 74,000 people watched that video. Right. It was because of the controversy.
Yeah.
Right.
Controversy sales.
Yeah. Now, you can be real right-wing and get a lot of views. You can be real left-wing and get a lot of views. But if you're somewhere in the middle, you're not going to get a lot of views. Right. So, anyway, that's where we are. That's where
Fly
we are.
your flag.
So there will be a brand new YouTube channel just called The Stan Show. I've already created it, and there are only a few videos active on it now because they'll only let you upload X amount per day.
Right.
So it'll take a while to get it all done, but it's going to get done.
Okay.
So there'll be a new channel for The Stan Show. There will be a secondary channel called The Stan Show Shorts, where I'll put up all those shorts that I make on Opus Clip.
Yes.
And
very cool.
And that's that. That is that. And so with that, I will ask you to say good night, Courtney.
Good night, Courtney.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
That's the one.
And to all of our friends.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for watching. And please go to The Stan Show channel on YouTube, which is brand new because we had to do that. And go ahead and like the videos, subscribe to the channel, and maybe at some point we'll get monetized. But other than that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.